Hi all, how are we? Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. It's actually mid-morning here today. I'm feeling very productive today, so thought we'd get stuck into it. I'm here with another DT layout for Kitaholics. This is my September kit. Now this kit was very masculine, very vintage. I don't do vintage. So I struggled for a bit. Then I looked through the kit and discovered that there's actually a lot of different stuff in there that you could use for different things, obviously not just masculine layouts. And that's where I got the idea for this layout. As I was going through the collectibles, and I showed you, that's what I was showing you a picture of when we first started, I was going through and found some things that would be good for a travel layout. And of course I wanted to also, I had this picture from when we went on our cruise 2 years ago, and it was out the plane window, and I thought it would be a good this would be a good thing to scrap with these elements. And this paper just reminded me of a map, so I thought we'd go with that. So what I did is I put some gesso down first, just to sort of, tone it down a bit, I guess you could say. I think that's what I mean. Just to tone it down, just to blend it in a bit so it's not just right in your face. This is my photo, just matting it on some white cardstock just to give it a border, because everything looks pretty with a border, and just to get it to stand out from that background. So what I wanted to do with this layout was show you that there were different elements and they could be used for different themes other than the intended masculine vintage look of the kit. And it was it actually really came together really well. And if you look at the papers I use in the embellishments and things, you wouldn't think it was from the actual kit. But when you separate different elements, they can work for all different things. So when I saw, that's my dog playing with his water bowl, can you hear him? He's outside, but. So when I saw the suitcase and the postcard and things, I thought they would go really, really well with this one. So I'm just going to use the paint that came in the mixed media kit and the stencil that also came in the mixed media kit. And I'm just going to add to my background with a few arrows from this awesome stencil, just to give it a bit of movement and just a bit more interest into the background. So this next part here was actually a bit of an afterthought. It was one of those spur of the moment, oh, that looks really good, let's put it on type things that I actually really liked. It ends up being my favourite part of the layout. So what I saw this twine in the kit, and then I saw these big bold lines on the paper in the background, and I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to make a flight path and glue down the twine onto these lines on the paper? And then you'll see this little tiny black plane that is sitting on my desk. Now that was just a die cut from who knows when. That was literally been sitting on my desk for weeks now, and I picked it up and thought it would go perfectly. It's the only thing that I don't use from the kit, but it was too perfect not to use, so I end up putting that plane on the twine somewhere just to make it look like it's the flight path of the plane, which I thought was very clever. So now I'm going to build up a few layers behind my photo. I'm not a big person for layers. I don't usually do a lot. Generally I'll matte my photo and that's it. You're lucky if I double matte it sometimes. But I did have this plain paper that I thought just gave it a bit more interest, and it does work as a layer. And then also the tag that said this happened, or this moment, or something like that, or today's memory, or something like that. I can't see it, it's behind the recording bar, so I can't read it. And I just thought it looked good together as a little cluster like that. And you'll see I've placed those bits of ephemera from the collectible packet just on the page already. I've actually already glued them together because I'm one of those people, when I put things on a page, if I take them off, they never go back the way I had them in the first place, and I like them like that. So I'll try and stick them together so that they stay the way I originally liked them, instead of having to do it again and hope that I like it the second time. So they're all glued together in little clusters already. And yeah, in the spots where I've intended to put them. Do consider this plain for all of like 3 seconds, but no, it doesn't go. It's too vintage, it's too big, it doesn't work for me, so I don't end up using it, surprisingly. So now I'm just going to start adhering everything down, and it's about at this point when everything starts to come together really quickly, which I was really happy with. So I'm just building up my cluster here, and that plane comes back, and I was wrong. I do end up using it. I put it in this cluster next to the photo here, surprisingly. I don't even remember doing that. I do bump it up with some foam to make it stand up a bit so everything's not too flat. So I'm going to go through these stickers, which I have maybe like 4 left of now, thankfully, yay! And I'm looking to see if I can spell the word leaving, not with the G, leavin, as in, you know, leaving on a jet plane. Yeah, real original there, huh? I tried to put the song in, but I didn't like the version. Have anyone seen Armageddon? You know the part I'm talking about. You know the part I'm talking about, I mean, the part where he sings leaving on a jet plane. That's my favourite version of the song, but of course you can't actually find that anywhere short of, you know, the YouTube clip. So I couldn't put it down. That's what I really wanted to do. That was the song that I wanted in my background, that version of leaving on a jet plane. But anyway, it doesn't happen. So you're just stuck with the normal background music. Yay! So that's my title, Leaving on a Jet Plane, which is kind of wrong because this was actually the flight home. We were cruised from Brisbane to Sydney and then caught the Sydney plane back to the Gold Coast. So, but anyway, the title was too cool not to use. So no one else is going to know but you and me. So let's just keep it our little secret. The title works. So we're going leaving on a jet plane. So I'm just using those little tiny alphas to spell out the rest of the title. When I use a long title, generally that's the way I'll do it. I'll do one word with big thickers and then the little words with the little thickers. Wow, that was corny. You know what I mean, just, you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, mixing up thickers and alphabet stickers is always a cool way to do it. And I do put it's a trick I learnt from another YouTube video. I put my tiny alphas on paper so that they're already lined up, cut them out, and then I attach them. So much easier and neater too. Give it a go if you have problems with tiny thickers or alphas. Yeah, those little square things. Give it a try, it works so much easier. So it's about here I decided I want to mat it on some white cardstock just to ground it a bit better, and you know, everything looks better on white cardstock most of the time. And yes, I've already doodled my border, so I do have to trim it off and then redraw it. And yeah, but anyway, it works. So I mat it and then re-doodle my border. No big deal. Everything works, you know. I'm not too fussy that the lines go to the end in 2 places. Doesn't bother me at all. The layout is done and I'm happy with it. So I think that's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to mat my photo on the cardstock. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you got something out of it, in the sense that I was trying to demonstrate that just because your kit looks one way doesn't mean you can't use it for something else. So this was a vintage masculine collection and I used it on a travel layout. So give it a go. See what else you can come up with your collections and your kits. You'd be surprised. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.